Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 966. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, greetings, everyone.
What's up, Patrick?
Hey, everyone.
What's up, Chris?
What's going on?
Okay, so Patrick just saw Thor Ragnarock trailer. So what's up, Patrick? What happened?
First off, I love that they used the Nine Nails song. Second,
Yes.
I love that Loki's in it, and it just had the great vibe with the goth soldiers and the soldiers for the guy from Jurassic Park. Just looks like a really fun movie. And then the end with Thor and Hulk.
The fact that she broke the hammer, in the beginning.
That was death, if I remember
It's like
right.
she broke his manhood.
It was insane. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be great. And it's just like, and he's like, we work together.
That's what I loved the most about it.
And they were like, when he's like, ah, he's like, yes. And then everybody's like, oh, everybody got all upset all of a sudden. It was like, and Loki's sitting right next to Jeff Goldblum, like on the other side of the couch, you know?
Yeah.
Let me watch that. I'll mute it.
That's interesting.
I missed that part.
What part?
Though I'm seeing Loki there. I didn't notice Loki.
Yeah, Loki was there, yeah.
Oh,
Loki
now
was...
I noticed him. Okay.
Great trailer. It is the best trailer I've seen. What about you, Chris? You don't like it?
I wasn't a big fan of it.
Wow.
I love the ending. I love the ending with the Hulk. But I got to tell you, I honestly wasn't really impressed by anything else.
Wow.
Her breaking the hammer was cool, and I think that she looks great,
Yeah.
Hela. And I like kind of Loki's new kind of outfit.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't really think it was that great. I was just like, okay.
Wow.
I actually like the Spider-Man trailer a bit better than this one, to be honest.
Wow.
It wasn't a bad trailer by any means. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was bad or it was poorly cut together or anything.
You just weren't impressed by it.
I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Scott, what'd you think?
Wasn't bad. I saw tinges of. I'm sorry for saying this. Please forgive me. Don't kill me. I did see tinges of John Carter in a few of those scenes, though, in the battle dome. But because if you go back and look, because that does have a little bit of a John Carter-esque look to it, of Mars. But I have to say, the whole thing with Hela grabbing the hammer and just, it's like, ow. And at least they didn't have the pool scene in this trailer. But I was quite impressed. I liked it. The fact that they kept switching back and forth between Asgard and the Battle Dome.
Right. I gotta say that I actually enjoyed this trailer genuinely. It's like one of my favorite trailers because they finally got the music. You know, it was Led Zeppelin, right?
No, it was Nine Nails covering Led Zeppelin, I think.
Well, it's the Led Zeppelin. Isn't it Led Zeppelin Hammer of the Gods?
It's a Led Zeppelin song, but it was Nine Nails covering Led Zeppelin. Or it might have been Nine Nails and Led Zeppelin doing it together.
Right. So, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I like the whole fact that Hela broke the hammer right away. I thought that was like, oh, this is going to be a new... She took over Asgard, like wiped everybody out, and now he's, I guess, going around. I guess he's still super strong, but he can't, like, go from world to world, so he's trying to seek help, but he just becomes a gladiator in the arena there. And I'm wondering if Doctor Strange is going to pop in the beginning and pop in the end, because it looks like he fought Hela in the beginning of the movie on Earth.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and then I'm having, because I guess he was looking for Odin with Loki. So I'm wondering if Doctor Strange saves the day or kind of helps out at the end too, to fix everything, and maybe he has an enchantment to bring the hammer back the way it is or something. Maybe the hammer being destroyed has to do with, you know, either the Tree of Life or something to do with like Odin or whatever. Like if he's weak, the hammer's weak or something, you know?
Or hold it. What if it was a trick by Loki?
No, she destroyed the hammer. Like, totally.
Well, there was that promotional art from, for Infinity War that showed it had him with a different hammer.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like a hammer. It looked almost like an axe.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that at the end of this movie, he's not going to get the original one back. It's either going to be a new hammer or it's going to be the old hammer redesigned or reforged. Yeah, thank you. Reforged in a new form, which
Right.
I'm totally fine with, because if it looks cool, that's go for it.
Yeah. Again, that was like the thing of today, the great thing of today, early in this morning. I really loved it. Again, beautiful music, great music together. Also, I just finished Bates Motel, so that's the 8th episode, 10 of the season, the 8th one. That's crazy. I'm not gonna really talk about it in the horror cast mostly. It got better after that shower scene thing that they screwed up, but what else was there today, Chris? Was there any other news going on?
There was one thing.
What's this Batman stuff about? All this Batman stuff in a year or something?
Yeah, that's not what I was referring to, but we should probably talk about that, because the other thing is like.
What's up, Connor?
Hello.
Hey.
The other thing is a potential spoiler for Star Wars, so we'll do the Batman thing first, I guess.
Okay.
So apparently, and this is the rumor right now, for 2019.
Okay.
They're saying that they're going to have potentially 4 Batman-related movies coming out in that year.
Batgirl.
Now, the 4 that they're talking about would be Gotham City Sirens,
Okay.
Batgirl, Nightwing, and okay.
Yeah, we're both excited the fact that Nightwing's coming.
Yeah, I think Nightwing is going to be cool. And the Batman. Now, the order in which these movies come out, I don't necessarily know. I remember reading that Nightwing would come out in like early in the year, and then the Batman would be in November, I believe. With the other ones, one of them I guess would be in the summer, and then the other one would be I don't know where.
So they're doing their own galaxy of their own cinematic universe with Batman.
They're doing like a microcosm within their own cinematic universe of like Batman stuff. Yeah.
And Suicide Squad 2 has nothing to do with that.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Harley Quinn in the movie has nothing to do with Batman.
No, I think that's been morphed into Gotham City Sirens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they know probably by her by herself, it may not work as good.
Right.
So they decided to do that.
I don't think it would work at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There was other DC news today. This I found very odd.
Okay.
And I personally don't believe it. However, it's not impossible, I guess. So apparently, and again, take this with a grain of salt, but apparently the Shazam movie has been canceled.
Oh.
And Black Adam is now potentially going to be the villain of Man of Steel 2. Now,
wait a minute. Wait, back up. The Rock is going to be the villain against Superman?
That's the rumor, yeah.
Unless they introduce Shazam in that.
That's what I think they would do.
Well, the final battle involves Superman having to figure out what Shazam is, Black Adam is cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to call Vince.
Wait a minute. They cancel Shazam before they cancel Gotham Sirens?
Gotham City Sirens is moving forward. That movie is almost confirmed at this point. Some would even say it is confirmed. As far and Batgirl too, I guess, because if they have Joss Whedon.
That I want to see.
The way I heard it was that they were going to introduce Shazam's Black Adam first, and then they were going to try to do the Shazam thing. That's the way I heard it, unless they changed it and then decided.
Well, today the article. I mean, it said, the headline said that Shazam is going to be canceled, and Black Adam is potentially the villain, or I guess one of the villains in Man of Steel 2.
Which means they're going to adapt that Superman meets Shazam thing, which they did.
I mean, I guess the two things that stand out with this are they don't want to let The Rock go. Like, they don't want to cancel his movie and be like, listen, you're not going to be in our universe. They want to have him, which is a smart move. And I guess this is going to be their way of introducing Superman's weakness to magic in the DCEU.
Shit.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Superman has that weakness, so it's not like it's something that they just made up. But I have to say, I think that it's an interesting choice to make him the villain for Man of Steel. I mean, this isn't the first time that Superman and Black Adam have fought. If this is the way they go. However, I question how he's going to be able to fight Black Adam without Shazam, because Black Adam is he's no slouch when it comes to magic. So I mean, he could potentially wipe the floor with Superman if he had to, if he was really trying.
So when is Man of Steel 2 happening?
You got me. I have no idea.
Is that happening before this Batman microcosm thing, or?
I guess maybe we could see it in I
mean, we're already in 2017. I mean, so.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see it next year. I think we're going to see it in 2020, to be honest with you.
Well, okay, so now let's hop around before we end the show. What's the Star Wars spoilers?
Well, okay, so this is potential, really heavy stuff. So if you don't want to hear it, I suggest you stop watching now or get off the cast now or whatever you want to do.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, folks, you had your chance.
Right. So this story that came out today, and again, always take this stuff with a grain of salt because you never know, but it had a lot to do with Snoke. Now, it didn't reveal who he was or anything like that, but it revealed kind of what he's going to, what he looks like in the next movie, specifically the way he's dressed. And if I remember correctly, they said that he doesn't wear the same thing that he wore in The Force Awakens. We actually see him in person in this movie in The Last Jedi, apparently. And, apparently he's like 8 or 9 feet tall. He's very thin, very he's got very long arms. He's not human, apparently. He's some sort of alien or something like that from what we're getting. They said that what he wears is some sort of gold, almost gold-ish robe with red trim around it. And this was the one thing that really got me wondering. They said apparently he has a ring, and embedded in this ring is a black kyber crystal.
Ooh.
Which is great because that means he could have a black lightsaber, and I love black lightsabers. So
he's gonna use a lightsaber.
Huh?
He's going to use a lightsaber?
Potentially. I'm not saying he is, but potentially. They said that his ship, which is some sort of, they described it as one of the largest ships in the Star Wars series ever. Apparently, it's some sort of, I think they called it the Mega Destroyer, it's some sort of take on a Star Destroyer, that is literally so big. It operates not only as his castle, but as the entire main headquarters for the First Order.
Holy crap.
That was just a big target.
Yeah. They said that in this movie, Kylo Ren is there with him. They said that he doesn't wear his helmet very often in this movie.
Oh, shit.
Which I'm okay with. I'm
not okay with that.
I'm not upset with that.
I'm very upset with that.
Why?
Because did Darth Vader have his mask off the whole entire movie?
Darth Vader needed his mask to survive.
I know, but the thing is that really...
I'm okay with it because it differentiates him from Vader, which is fine with me.
We're not trying to say he's Vader, but I mean, the whole thing of Kylo Ren is the mask, not necessarily showing that he's Ben Solo. I mean, that's like you're distinguishing that the light side. You're covering up the light side for the dark side. So you put the mask over your face.
I don't have an issue with it.
To be fair, Adam Driver hated the mask.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the whole point. He's not. Ben Solo is in the dark side. He's wearing the mask. He's covering up his identity. You take that off, and if he's going to be like that the whole time, then that means he's going to turn good.
He is turning good.
I know, but if he's the bad guy,
it becomes obvious.
I don't know. I'm not happy with that. We'll find out. We'll see how it goes.
It'll be fine because he's going to have that scar on his face and everything too, so he'll be fine.
And that's what they want to show off.
But
anyway.
yeah, but apparently what the major point is with him, they said that, again, and if this is true, they said that his whole point in this movie is he's trying to redeem himself from losing to Rey on the Starkiller base.
Right.
Because Snoke's faith in him has been shaken a bit, and he's trying to show that, no, the light is not bothering me. I can beat her. I'm fine.
Right.
I think that's great. I think that's a natural progression of his story. Go for it. They said that apparently Phasma in this movie has an action scene or two, and she's not wasted again.
You mean she actually moves her arms now instead of just stands there and beats a chair?
Yes.
Well, that is good because that was a wasted thing. Just because the Boba Fett works for Boba Fett doesn't mean it's going to work. A brief thing with her, it's going to work. Nobody liked her.
Right.
Now,
I think she's a spy for the rebellion. That's what I think. That's why there's so little time given to her, that she was actually someone else working for the Empire or working for the rebellion. That's why her action scene is so small.
That's actually not too far off from what could potentially happen. But they don't say that in this, but I do agree with Patrick that there is something that they could do with her that would shock everybody. But going into the last part of what they were saying, they said that there's a scene with Kylo Ren. He finds Luke and Rey apparently on Ahch-To, and apparently with him are these black knights, which could be the Knights of Ren. But they could potentially be another thing within the First Order. And they also said that going with that, Snoke has almost his own kind of royal guards, kind of like Palpatine had, but their armor and stuff is a bit different, so they're not the royal guards from Return of the Jedi and whatnot,
right.
And The Empire Strikes Back. So none of this sounds too far-fetched to me, which is why I'm more inclined to potentially buy it. And I believe this did come from making Star Wars. Don't quote me on that, but if it did come from making Star Wars, that means it's probably true. Yeah. That was the stuff today that I saw. The only other thing that I had wanted to talk about and get your guys' opinions on is apparently in this movie, there are going to be the walkers, from Hoth, but there's going to be a new type of them that apparently are a bit bigger. They have more armor. And this was the big thing. Apparently, their front walking legs look like gorilla arms.
Damn.
That they kind of walk around like that.
So they pretty much could rise up and on top
I don't know
of
if they can do that. I think it's just for walking.
Okay.
Potentially. I don't think they're going to be throwing any punches or anything.
Okay, so it's not going to be like Robotech where there's a guardian.
Yeah, no.
Blah, blah.
I don't think so. Again, this is not confirmed. This is something that leaked online. Potentially real, potentially not real. Again, it doesn't. It's not that far out there that I'm like, what? That's totally fake. It's plausible, and at this point, I'm willing to say if it's plausible, it's potentially true.
Right. Okay.
Because if they're going to do that, it sounds more like they're going to go on the lines. Like I said, I know I'm harkening back to Robotech, but it sounds like if they're going to have gorilla arms, it sounds more like those things are going to be able to rise up on their rear legs and use those front arm.
Or they won't be able to wrap the wire around them because they'll just break the wire.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. That's good stuff. All right. So the trailer is coming Friday or Saturday? When?
Well, apparently, I think it's Good Morning America tomorrow has some sort of huge announcement.
Yeah, I got that.
They're like, huge announcement.
So they're
Like
doing it
40
early.
years in the making announcement.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the trailer's coming on Friday,
Okay.
but I don't know.
All right, guys. We got some crazy Doctor Who news, so we're gonna get off here. We're gonna do the Rehovium. So I'm gonna close this out. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.